Hi everyone, welcome back to Be Rich. It's me, Vinod and Anand, back in studio after a long hiatus, running around Europe, meeting all of you. Did an event in Paris, did an event in London. It was wonderful to get a chance to meet all of you in person, shake some hands, exchange some ideas, and make new friendships. And then we headed back here to Chennai. And Anand is again off this weekend to Salem to meet some of you there. So if you're interested in meeting Anand and you're watching this channel and you're in Salem, or if you know friends in Salem who'd like to attend a live event with Anand and get a chance to meet him, do catch our links in the sister channel Money page, where the links for the event are mentioned, and you may click upon that and fill out the form, and I'm sure you'll get sorted. That said, over the last few days, as we were heading back to India, the news has slowly percolated that the long government shutdown has finally looks like coming to an end, as the Senate has passed some kind of an agreement. This is curious because all this time they seemed very stone hard and stone faced about the positions they were in. Suddenly they become malleable to all of this. So I wanted to understand from Anand what caused this sudden thawing of relationship between both the parties, and they seem to be aggressively trying to build bridges extremely fast as the winter is upon us. So Anand, is just the winter coming which has caused this?
No. See, first, it's the first preliminary step. I think next week it will get passed. It should get passed. And some of the Democrat senators and one independent senator who sits in the Democrat caucus has switched and broken ranks to vote to pass this through. Why has this happened? Simply because finally, after a long day off, these things have started to hurt the people. There are two
Yeah,
things.
35 days is a long time.
Yeah, two things have started to hurt people. One is that the food stamps are not being fully funded. And both parties have constituents who are on the food stamps.
Yeah, and they've both been blaming each other for
They are
this.
blaming each other for that. But they have gone to court and other things. And the food stamp,
Court stayed out of it also.
yeah, the court stayed out of it. The second thing is the Democrats have their tail up because they swept everything in the election day,
Yeah.
which is in between the midterm and the presidential term. Whatever was on
On the deck to be eaten,
cleaned up, they
ate
cleaned
it
up.
Yeah.
Especially they won the two swing states
Yes.
in New Jersey and Virginia, which was normally carried by Trump. So they beat him. I don't read much into what happened in New York because New York is a Pakka Democrat state.
Bastion. Yes.
It's a bastion. So overall, the Democrats had a great day. So they wanted to show as if they are not intransigent. And then started what happened is the number of flights started to come down.
Yes. The FAA,
Yeah, FAA cut the number of flights.
because the air traffic controllers were missing.
There was not air traffic controls. And air traffic controls are paid by the federal government. And because they have not turned up to work, the number of flights on offer has started to come down. This has really affected the
Holiday season.
holiday
Because
season.
Thanksgiving holidays are coming.
Then you have Thanksgiving, and then you have Christmas and New Year. So normally in this season, airports are packed, flights are jam full, and people are going home for Thanksgiving, and people are going to go home for Christmas. So no flights, meaning people can't go home easily. And the air traffic is a very important thing in America. So if people cannot go home, and the coming week is Thanksgiving, and people are not able to go home, both parties will get blamed for the event and both will get bad publicity. So both of them are now trying to get to a
Quickly
deal,
scramble.
a deal which will be a face saver for both of them.
Correct. And then claim credit.
Yeah, Trump claiming that he is winner, and the
Democrats claiming
who
they are the
broke,
winners.
they are the winners, and something lying between both of them is going to emerge. And this is the two main reasons for both the guys to agree.
Okay.
Now, the other thing that is happening in the game is that the Supreme Court of the United States is asking very tough questions. We don't know how they are going to decide, but they are asking really tough questions of Trump's lawyers on his powers
Yes.
to levy tariff without
Yes.
congressional approval.
Congressional approval.
yes.
Because their democracy, American democracy, works very different from Indian democracy. The president just can't retroactively decide to do whatever he wants whenever he wants.
Okay. And like in states like Iowa, the Chinese boycott of soybean, which now they say they will correct, is starting to hurt. And a lot of people who voted for Trump are definitely hurting because of this tariff policy. And the Supreme Court, if it strikes it down, the relief is temporary because Trump is going to use other provisions in the in his code book
Yeah.
to bring back the taxes. So there is going to be a lot of pain. So Trump has already issued a proclamation defending the tariffs, saying that each American is going to get a $2,000 dividend. Nothing of that sort is going to happen. And already you can see trouble. The inflation, which was supposed to settle towards 2, has started to increase to 3. And the economists are of opinion that all the interest rate hikes have not been passed, all the hikes have not been passed on. So by the middle of next year, you will have inflation at 4.5%. Now, if inflation goes to 4.5%, then you cannot have the Fed is not going to cut interest rates. That inflation will come down and he will make it cheap for the Americans, is Trump's claim to fame. And he's been bullying Jerome Powell to cut rates.
Correct, because I saw an interesting statistic which I wanted to ask you about. Because if someone had bought a house in the US for $500,000 in 2021, the interest rate was around at 3%. His repayment would have been around $2,100 for a 30-year mortgage. Now, at 7%, that same repayment for a 50-year mortgage is at $3,000. I mean, that is like a phenomenal.
Yeah, so basically what has meant is a 50-year loan is going to be costlier than a
30-year loan.
30-year loan for the same property with the same value.
Correct.
So instead of paying $2,000 for 20 years,
30 years.
30 years, you're going to pay $3,000 for 50 years.
Yeah.
Now, he wants you to bring it down. The point is, if you bring down the rates, inflation is going to catch fire again.
Correct.
So already inflation is interest rates are 3.75 to 4 are very normal. These are not very high interest rates, and these are not inflation fighting rates. But the government and the public in America are used to 0% interest rates. Those days are not coming back. So this means that there's going to be more instability between the Fed and the Trump calling each other names. So the pressure on Mr. Paul is to cut in December, but the rates are not coming. And so Paul has clearly said, I don't have data, I cannot decide. So he needs to put somebody in the Labor Statistics Department, Bureau of Labor Statistics, because he fired somebody who gave weak job numbers.
Correct.
If he gives strong job numbers, then the rates have to go up.
Correct.
So this is something which is a big country. Who is he going to appoint as the next Federal Reserve
More like
chief?
what numbers does he want?
Yeah. So this is really becoming very quixotic.
Yeah.
So now, for 3 reasons, you need a labor statistics guy, you need the Federal Reserve guy, you need the Federal Air Traffic Controller, and the food stamps. These are 3 things which are affecting the Americans. One, because the Fed can say we will not cut rates. I showed you with a housing example of how bad it is.
Correct.
2, without air traffic controllers, guys cannot get home.
Correct.
3, without food stamps, people are going to struggle. And that is why you have this agreement, and the markets are going to go up.
Fabulous. Anyway, I hope that gave you some clarity on why the stock market is moving the way it did, because it's anticipating some more liquidity to be released upon them, and of course, some more clarity from this moment of uncertainty. All this is fueling the positive territory the markets are sitting on. And be careful, as Anand has always said, markets are still stretched, markets are still overvalued. Usually, stretched markets means more volatility. So be careful in your investments and be wise in your choices. Take your time and pick wisely. Thanks for being with me and Anand on Be Rich today. We'll be back again tomorrow with some more news. Thank you.